Hi everyone, I thought that I would do a little spoiler video because it is that time, it's August, so we're ramping up for gLee again. For those of you everybody knows I think who watches this video, but shooting has been delayed and the episode has been delayed for a week due to Cory Monteith's passing. So in case you don't know, mark your calendars, which I'm going to do right now. September 24th, it is, sorry, 26th. At 2100, 9 o'clock will be the season premiere of gLee Season 5, okay? So here it is. Alright. So, I kind of held off doing a spoiler slash video because I was so heartbroken over Cory's death that I didn't really know quite what to say. So now that we've been, maybe about 6 weeks since his passing, I feel comfortable talking about it now. And also seeing how the cast has dealt with it and poor Leah and everything. So now it's back to business for them. So I figured it's time to get back to business for myself. So I'm not really gonna do spoilers. I found out that I've enjoyed just getting to watch the episodes without speculating on what's gonna happen. So I could tell you what I know for up to the first 3 episodes of the season, which is what most people do know at this point. So let's start with the basics. So season 5 cast. The cast that's returning is, so the seniors are going to be Artie, Tina, Sam, and Blaine, obviously. The ones in New York are Santana, Kurt, and Rachel. And then the juniors that are in New Directions are Kitty, Jake, Marley, Unique, and Ryder. What recurring means they're not part of the regular cast anymore, are going to be Bert and what's her name now? Miss Pillsbury, now Mrs. Schuster, because they both got their own TV shows on other networks. So I'm assuming that they will definitely, hopefully, Bert will come back for gLee. He has said that and so has Jayma, that when they were both doing promotion for other stuff they're doing, that they would love to come back, as especially for that episode. So as everybody knows, the 3rd episode is going to be the one that is a celebration of life for Cory Monteith, and also they're going to have his character Finn Hudson pass away. So I'm going to go and flick on to an exclusive interview that Ryan Murphy did. So I'm going to try to read it slowly because I know that I talk really fast. So just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. So this is an exclusive on Cory Monteith's memorial episode, and the tagline is a lovely tribute and very heartfelt look at how young people grieve. So this is the actual statement that he gave to the specific news outlet. So he wrote, or said, "It's been a difficult circumstance because we basically went straight from the memorial into reworking the 2 Beatles episodes, which I think are fun and optimistic that we had always planned. The hard part for all of us is that the past week we've been holed up writing the memorial episode. There were a lot of things that we had to decide. How are we going to deal with his death? At one point, we were going to have his character die of an accidental drug overdose. That was something we had considered. But we have decided that we're not going to have him pass from that. Basically, what we're going to do in this episode is we're not going to tell you, or maybe not at all, how the character died. The idea being how somebody died is interesting and maybe morbid, but we say very early on in the episode, quote-unquote, this episode is about a celebration of that character's life. That might be weird for some people, but it felt really exploitative, which basically means, okay, to do it any other way. The cast and crew have solace in being together. They've been holed up doing those Beatle numbers. There's been tears on set. It's been hard for a lot of people, but the really difficult thing is coming. We start shooting the memorial episode this week. We're just now filming it, and at the end of the week we'll send it to Fox to get their approval. But I think it turned out to be a lovely tribute, and it's a very heartfelt look at how young people grieve. After that, we're going to take 2 to 3 weeks down to get our heads together, because it's been a really hard thing to write. We loved Cory, and we love Finn, and it feels like a huge loss and a huge heartache not to have either of them around. We're trying to craft an episode that's just not about us grieving, but also about the young fans who are grieving." So that was the statement that Ryan Murphy made. I read it pretty much verbatim. So also we've heard that Leah has pretty much had all the control regarding that episode. She's made the decisions, like the script wise, and how I guess they decided it's better than to make it like a PSA or public service announcement against drugs. That's going to be in the episode itself, but I think I like this idea better, that it's kind of ambiguous, that we don't know how Finn passed. because I think that would just be too much for poor Leah and the rest of the cast to deal with, to have the character die of the same exact death. So this kind of leaves it open-ended, and you can infer your own what you think he passed away of. So I'm sure all of you have seen Leah's first public appearance, which was at the Teen Choice Awards. I believe it was last Sunday, which made me cry. I was crying so hard. And she's so strong. I don't even know how, she was able to do what she did. So she wore her necklace that had Cory's name on it, which harkens back to when Rachel had one that had Finn's name on it. And if you notice, she had a ring on her left hand, on her ring finger. So I'm guessing that was either a promise ring or like a pre-engagement ring, because they were already talking about moving in. Actually, Cory left his Range Rover in Leah's house when he was in Vancouver, and then she was away in Mexico with like a girlfriend's weekend. So she was back at home already, just waiting for Cory to come back to move in, which makes the story that much sadder. They were talking marriage, they were together for about a year, and that's why they decided to move in together. So it's just heartbreaking all around. Yeah, I mean, Leah, poor Leah. If you notice her Twitter, she used to tweet a lot, so she's being more selective when she's tweeting. She's still grieving, and I feel that it's not fair for people to judge her based on like the amount of time she's taking to grieve. Like, she has a job to do. She's in Hollywood. She's an actress. And the people like are saying like, well, they're not even married, they're just boyfriend and girlfriend, and she should just get over it, and it's a PR stunt, and all that kind of bullshit. And I'm just like, you know what? Basically, she knew he was her life partner, and that they were planning a life together. So I don't quite get, people can judge all they want, but I'm not going to judge. Everyone has their own grieving process when somebody passes, and I think that people are just want to take shots at people. It's not nice. And I think one of the reasons why this is so difficult for a lot of people is that gLee is a phenomenon worldwide. It's not just in America. It's all over the whole world. And Cory's passing is probably the first major death that a lot of kids who watch this show have had to deal with. They still have grandparents, and, for the most part, they're young. So this is really hitting everybody hard, not just Leah. So I'm glad that she acknowledged that in her speech, because it's not just the cast who's grieving, and then also the cast of characters on gLee, but all of us are all grieving over the loss of Cory and consequently Finn Hudson. So anything else I have to say? So in case you guys don't know, the first 2 episodes are going to be the Beatles, 2-parter. They've been trying to plan this episode since season 1. So episodes 1 and 2 are going to be the Beatles, and as we all know, episode 3 is going to be like a celebration of life for Finn and Cory. And they're actively filming that right now, and apparently by the end of the week they're going to send it off to Fox for approval. So then they're going to take the hiatus to rework the rest of the season, which coincides with the World Series that'll be airing on Fox anyway. So we would have had it off the air for a good 3 weeks. That's anyway, until probably November Sweets that's coming up. So yeah, that's pretty much, October is for like baseball, which I'm super psyched. You go Yankees, which they're not doing well. But anyway, I hope the Dodgers make it to the World Series, because I do live in LA, so that'd be pretty awesome if they did make it all the way there. So besides the point, you wouldn't really miss gLee anyway, because usually they take a break in October. It's fine. So we'll see how they rework the rest of the episodes, without Finn, which I think is really sad. I really was sad, and I missed Finn in the last 2 episodes because Cory was in rehab, and I didn't realize how much I missed him until he wasn't there. And it's kind of fitting that he started his on gLee with Don't Stop Believing, and that was the last song he sang during Rachel's audition for Funny Girl, if you recall. So it kind of bookended this whole thing. So, that's all I have to say about this for now. So we'll see how the episodes come. I'm going to plan on, doing these videos probably the Monday after the episode airs, so that way I can organize my thoughts. So keep a lookout for that in the fall. I hope all of you are wanting and having an awesome summer wherever you guys are. So I'll see you guys then. Take care. Peace out, homies. Bye.